everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm back with part 2 of my Q&A video. It's going to be a long one. I've got them on my phone. I have also got myself a cup of tea, so I would advise you do the same because it's going to be a long one. Carrying on from where I left off, the next question is, what do you want to call your next child? I've got my girl's name sorted. Neil still doesn't like it. I would like to think that I can use it for a middle name. I would like it as a first name. Whether Neil will allow that to happen, I don't know. Obviously I can't force him to like a name if he doesn't like it. So I've got a girl's name that I do really like, only one though, so for a middle name I'm buggered. Actually no, there is another name that I like. And I will say it, I really like the name Liberty. I think it's a really pretty name. This wasn't the one that I was talking about. My main one I'm going to keep stum about. But Liberty I think is really pretty, but it's a name that I feel like you've got to pronounce it right. If not, it's going to be Liberty instead of Liberty, and I would shorten it to Libby. I really like that name. But boy's name, haven't got a clue. Like literally don't know what I would call a baby boy. He would just be called baby boy because I haven't got a clue. Next question is, do you ever call P Phoebe? If I'm being completely honest, I don't. If she's been naughty and I have to tell her off, like when my parents used to tell me off, I'd be called Jess or Jessie, like through day-to-day life, and then if I was naughty it would be like Jessica, sort it out sort of thing. Whereas with P, if she's been naughty I just call her baby girl. I'm like, baby girl, come here. I don't know why we don't call her Phoebe because her name is really pretty. Everyone else calls her Phoebe, so she knows her name. Like all friends and family call her Phoebe, but we just call her P, which is really bizarre. When I was pregnant, she was baby P. And then when she was born, she was still baby P, and it's just stuck. I really like it though. Like, I love how she's got a nickname. Like her nickname from her parents is P. My nickname from my dad is Sweet Pea, and I know that my name is not Sweet Pea, and I feel like a lot of people think that she's going to grow up thinking that her name is P when it's not. I don't know if I would ever refer her to Phoebe, which is really bizarre, but yeah, she's just my P. Next question is one that I don't really want to get into too much depth about because I'll probably cry, and that is, do you have any regrets / wish you done anything differently with P? There's one thing that, God, even just thinking about it gets me emotional, which is why I'm not going to talk about it. But there's one thing that happened like an hour or so after birth, so when I was still in the hospital, and it still upsets me to this day, a year and a half on. I think a lot of people would get over it, and I have gotten over it, but it's just a mental thing that I keep remembering that happened, that when you've just given birth, you're so overwhelmed and you've got so many people saying like what you should and shouldn't do, and I just got overwhelmed and I went along with something that I knew I didn't want in the first place, and through that I didn't get to do something that every mother normally does do. I'm going to leave it at that because I don't want to throw people under the bus and stuff like that. It's just a very difficult situation and I don't want to talk about it. So yes, there's one thing that I hugely regret. Was P planned or a surprise? P was planned. I've never spoken about our trying to conceive story, so I'll quickly give you a little debrief. I got signed off of work in, was it September? Late August 2014. I got signed off of work with depression and anxiety through my job. I couldn't cope and it just got too much, and I was signed off for 2 months, and on that time we went away, we went on holiday, and we sort of just started thinking about how we wanted to start a family. So I stopped taking my pill in the October. We really wanted like a September baby, September, October, and we fell pregnant in February, which meant that P was going to be a November baby. I'm quite controlling, as you can tell. Like, I had my certain months. I am very fortunate that I fell pregnant. I don't want to take that away from anyone. I know that falling pregnant is very difficult, and people can't have children, so don't think that I'm unappreciative, because I'm not. I just like months. I'm weird. I like certain days, dates, months. I'm just not normal. So we wanted sort of like a winter baby, because me and Neil, we're both summer babies. Neil was born in August, and I was saying to Neil, like, when we were trying to conceive, oh, I'd really love a child that gets to do everything first. So for me and Neil, we had to wait all year to turn 18 and go drinking with our friends who had then been doing it for a year, passing a driving test, things like that. I did continue to try. I was sort of doing my ovulation and tracking everything on my phone. I had loads of apps, and it didn't work. And it was the month that we decided, let's just wait, give it a year. If we fall pregnant, we fall pregnant. If we don't, we don't. And that was the time that we fell pregnant. Another funny fact is that P was a 50 Shades of Grey baby, which makes me feel like an awful mother for saying that. I'm sure there's plenty out there. We actually conceived on the 17th of February, if you want to know. So yes, to answer your question in a long-winded way, P was planned. Okay, next question is, how long have you been able to drive? I passed my driving test Valentine's Day 2013. Yeah, so 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 4 years. Never had a crash, touch wood, because I'm going out later. So yeah, love my little car. I've got a little Polo, 17 years old. Pete the Polo, he's a classic. What are your tips to getting your children eating fruit and veg? I don't really have any. I wish I did. P takes like 2 steps forwards and then 3 steps back. She's very she's sassy. She knows when she wants stuff, and if she doesn't like it that day, then she won't eat it. I can give her blueberries every single morning for a week and she will love them, and then I'll try again the next day and she won't want them. I can mix it up, give her strawberries and then go back to blueberries and she won't touch them. So I think it all depends on the child. I would just say to be consistent. I know it's so hard. I'm battling with this at the moment with P. She is really sassy, and when I want her to eat her fruit and her veg and she doesn't do it, it's just, you feel like you're failing as a parent. I would suggest doing smoothies. That's one way where I can get some fruit into her. So normally I get like a bag of frozen fruit from like the supermarket. You can pick them up for like £2. And then if I've got any fruit going on the turn, for example, if she's not going to eat her blueberries one week, I'll put them in the freezer, defrost them in the microwave for like 20 seconds and then shove them in a smoothie. That's one way to get fruit into them. If you haven't tried it, I would definitely recommend it, using yogurt or milk or water, and then obviously with the fruit. It's a good way, and P really enjoys the smoothie. Next question is, are you planning to do vlogmas this year? Yes, I am. I'm currently filming this at the end of June and I want mince pies. I've been watching vlogmas videos. I'm ready to burn my Christmas scents, and I'm well aware that our summer hasn't even really started or finished yet, but this is just what happens with me. As soon as my birthday's done, I crave Christmas. I love it so much, and I just get really inspired around Christmas time as well to film because everyone's doing it. So yeah, I will be doing vlogmas this year. Do you have any plans to add any more lines to your Etsy store? So if you don't know, I have a little Etsy website shop selling dummy clips, and I've just launched my scrunchies. I'm not planning on doing anything anytime soon. I make things that I'm passionate about and things that I love and things that I wanted either for myself or for P. I don't really, if I'm being completely honest, I don't really do it for the money because I don't get that much. My profit is pretty minimal, but it's a little bit of pocket money. If it pays my phone bill at the end of the month, then that's great. But there's nothing that I feel like I need at the moment. Okay, next question is, do you miss work? I don't miss work because I had a mundane desk job and it wasn't really... What are you doing? P has just had a little snack on the sofa and she managed to get herself off the sofa. She's like, who are you talking to? Can I have your crayons, please? Thank you, because I know what you like and I'll draw on the walls. Yeah, I had a mundane desk job, so it wasn't anything great. It wasn't anything that... I'm showing you a book. It wasn't anything that I was passionate about. Baby! I remember when I had just had P and I was like, oh my god, I couldn't ever imagine saying these things that I'm saying now. But I miss the social interaction. I miss speaking to adults. P is a delight. I absolutely love her to pieces, of course I do. But I miss also having that alone time. I don't have any brothers or sisters, so I grew up obviously on my own, and I am starting to crave that me time. It's hard. This is going to come across really bad, but say for example when Neil's home and we have adult time, I love that, and I love spending time with Neil and like, do you want to stand up again? Come on then, up you get. Oh, good girl. Yeah, I love spending time with him. And do you want a cuddle? God's sake, I can't get anything done these days. This is what I mean. I love spending time with Neil, but at the same time I miss just having me time. Beforehand, when P was a newborn, she'd sleep all the time, so I still had that time, whereas now it's like I need a break, because she's so full on, like all kids are, and she's just reached that stage where she's just craving me all the time. So I don't miss work, but I do miss just having space. What camera do you use, and what editing software do you use to edit your videos? So I film on a G7X, and I hate people that say that they film on a G7X because they're so bloody expensive, and I feel like everyone thinks, I felt like that, hang on. Yeah, I feel like everyone thinks that they have to have a G7X to do YouTube, and that's not the case at all. I got it secondhand for a start, so I don't have the budget to pay for it outright. They don't even do the original G7X anymore. They do the Mark II, which is like 600 quid. No one has that sort of money. Well, people that I know don't have that sort of money that are mums. So yeah, I use the G7X. I did have a Canon S110, which I loved. It didn't have a flip screen, and it was great. The only reason why I upgraded was because this child. The only reason why I upgraded was because there was one that came up on Gumtree in my area. Thank you very much. And the audio had started to go on my other one. I'd had it for like 3 years, so I had a lot of, excuse you, I had a lot of use out of it, and I didn't want to get stuck and regret not buying it. I am currently skint, but I'd say that it's worth it. For my editing software, it was actually free on my laptop. It's called, I want to say it's CyberLink, CyberLink, I think. I don't really know, but you have to pay for it. But I was very lucky that it was like built-in software on my laptop, and I absolutely love it. Next question is, what is your favourite thing about being a mum to P? Just watching her and looking at her develop and just turning into the little person that she is. She tests my patience like no. For example, now she's trying to draw. She has just drawn on a unit. Yeah, just being with her and watching her learn and doing different things each day and learning new things. For example, this past week she's learnt to dance, and it's the cutest thing in the world. Like, she doesn't dance, she just does this, and it's just so funny, and she's literally like my best friend, and I feel like I don't know what I would be without her. Like, she is my right arm. Yeah. I just love her. If you're a parent, you'll know what I mean, and it's just the love and the pride that you feel every single day. Like, even when she goes to bed and I've had a really difficult day, within like 20 minutes I miss her. As much as I love my time, I just think, oh, I could do with a nice cuddle. Do you have any tips on how to lose the baby weight after giving birth? Again, do it when it feels right for you. If you're not ready for it and chocolate's still got your name written over it and you can't say no, then don't start. You've got to start when you feel like, yeah, okay, I'm ready to do this. I started my weight loss, I think P was 10 or 12 weeks old, and I just felt like crap. I had been living on toast. When I say living on toast, like I literally ate 2 slices for my breakfast, 2 slices for my lunch, and I was pretty big. I didn't actually realise how big I was until I looked at my Christmas pictures, and I thought, I can't even put those on Instagram. I literally looked like the moon. I'll put a picture here. I looked horrific, and I just felt really crap about myself. And I also didn't realise, when I fell pregnant, I thought I was quite slim. Not my lowest, I'll give it that, but I didn't think I was as big as what I was. Thank you. But I was actually quite big. So yeah, just do it when you're ready, and I would recommend Slimming World. I had never heard of Slimming World before I started it. I researched it all myself, and it was the best thing I've ever done. I lost 3 stone within like 8 months. 7 months? 8 months? I can't remember. I've done a Slimming World video. I'll put a link to it in the description box, so you can go and watch that if you're interested about like little tips and stuff. I'd highly recommend it. It worked for me. Like I said, I lost 3 stone quite quickly. The best thing about Slimming World I found is that it's so flexible, and I think people get scared about when they diet. They're like, oh my god, I can't have any chocolate, I can't have any crisps, and they just go cold turkey for a week and it doesn't work and they just give up. Whereas Slimming World, you can ease yourself into it, you can still eat anything that you want, but just in moderation, and it's all about quantities and stuff like that, so I'd highly recommend giving it a go. Just search hashtags on Instagram for inspiration and stuff like that. Definitely give Slimming World a go. I feel like I've been talking for long enough, so I'm going to wrap it up here, and my battery's now flashing. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you've got any more questions, leave them below. There will be a part 3. I didn't realise how many questions I got and how long I can speak for. I don't do like quick snappy answers, as you can tell. So I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye!